Last night I dreamt of a vigilante, anti-racist goose chase, conducted from the driver's seat of a Jeep Wrangler, on gravel and dirt roads, hills and valleys, dense temperate cloud forests, cove pockets of old farmland named the campsites and festival grounds, binary Bethel's burning man, Trove Tide Carnival, Holy Roman Dance Played, the Royal Hitler Armageddon. A mobile two-man campaign to unravel, undermine, and directly foil the plans of a secret white supremacist cult. I was the driver and right-hand boy. Yee-haw! To a kind, peaceful, heavily tattooed man, henceforth my man, of about 35 years old, with remarkable foreknowledge of the activities of this cult. My man was gaunt and pale, with short, straight brown hair and glasses. I followed his directions as we zipped around, performing peripheral tasks that, like the wingless skirts of a butterfly in time, the echoes of time, gently transform the evil activities of the cult into harmless and impotent hogwash. All seemed to be going well for us, two little anti-racist vigilantes. I should say that the cult was not openly white supremacist, did not read us such those thirsty suppliants, torrentic maniacs, maniac dancers, who fell under its spell. Neither did it seem so to the odd local news segment. Eyewitness reports, accidental coverage of inexplicable masses moving in the distant background of half-lived life. 'Twas a truly gargantuan assemblage of all the lower phylum of the human race, checked out what you would call the demented trash of society, the desperate underclass of that wretched sub-scum, feckless, dumb. It was unknown whence they screamed into these forests, suburban effects, swampy eyes, arguing escape from the morass that collapsed down from the automation of the coal mines, the monetization of micro, hellish specters of Walmart, family, equity-based compensations on dollar. The cult driven these half-awake masses still under the pretense of not quite salvation, political, social, religious, personal, economical, historical. It was carnival, medieval, the way the cult and its hundreds of thousands or millions of ignorants variously and seemingly spontaneously assembled themselves into roving shanties and communes like pilgrims, refugees, the circus, and Woodstock, groovy man. These moronic flocks set up in the abandoned fields of old plantations in those sort of southern woods and hills, get sickened and sickening masses, churning, slipping, stumbling, farragoing their ways into a sticky, muddy, overcrowded mess. 'Twas what would become the crucible of not quite salvation, the central gathering point of the cult, but a handful of acres of wet and grassy land. Ex-riverboat man died by the river, semi-abandoned properties of no one really knew. Religious feeling hung over the people like mountain dew and Sierra mist, cloud, habitat of orographic dragon, feeling between devotion and euphoric intrigue for the cult leader, a young and unassuming man, dusty blonde, a bit tan, dense and muscular, not too attractive, also tattooed like money, not man, Genghis Khan, Zon, Many personalities were beneath his skin to form an incomprehensible, vulcanized body. What's the cult of almost celestial Hare Krishna? Dharma. So militant and knowing, an invisible machine gun slung from his shoulder, an air of confidence so thick and opaque, 'twas as if he'd been touched by something divine. Maybe 50 million USD of CIA humanitarian aid. 'Twas not simply religious feeling that drove the weary cattle, unwitting testers into the pit, but confusion, deftly executed cracks of the whip, performed by small bands of shockers, orders handed down from on high in the cult. Evil acts, schemes, conspiracy, disguised by chaos, more chaos than actually formed geographical chaps of hills and valleys, explosions in the woods, wicked growls muffled by foliage, bobcat, bear, coyote, sharp cracks bending around the mountain. Who knows who's coming down the mountain? Handiwork of the cult, falsely reported as landslides, gas and electric malfunctions, forest fires, breakdown and decay, outright aggression, attacks by a fabricated enemy of the cult, by an enemy of the people, by the state, by the federal government, protest, counter-protest, false flag, execution, rape, pillage. My man, remember? My man, and I interceded here and there with his special foreknowledge of events and his ingenious insight into the operation of the cult, laying fusing troops, mixing radio signals, spooking gypsy, racing and rewriting trailblazers and secret pathfinders. 'Twas rewarding vigilante work, but the difference in scale between little us and teaming them was insurmountable. Best we could do was derail these conniving woodsmen of death, save a few hundred ignorant lives and leave the bewildered peasants stranded in the woods, neither lake nor river, cut off from what seemed increasingly to be a slow, looming, black cloud of death on the horizon. Only the leadership of the cult and an elite core of its membership, those secret commando squadrons, and of course, inexplicably, my man knew the true meaning of the cult. That it was not populist, communist, anarchist. That it was a depopulationist, neo-Nazi death cult. I had this realization as my man directed me to our next point of operation, the grand final meeting place of the cult. To the mouth and belly of the beast. As we made our way there, he explained he was a regressor. My man had lived his past life as the leader of the cult. The cult leader in our current timeline was his little brother. Upon my man's death in his former life, he returned to his late adolescence, 15 years before the events now at hand, the origin of our current timeline. He had a revelation, left the secret cult, chased by assassins, somehow escaped, faked his death, hid his presence, took on a new identity, devoted his life to foiling the long-held plans of the cult. Those events I have so far laid out. Meanwhile, in my man's absence from the cult, his little brother, that aforementioned time, sound the horse! The little brother had taken up his mantle, inherited the position of leader, carried out those very long-held plans with the assistance of an inner circle of devoted cultists. The former leader, my man, had plenty of sympathy for his younger brother, the current leader, with whom my man had had a close and loving relationship in both previous and current lives. That is, before my man committed a total betrayal of everyone and everything he knew, by which he cast his little brother into an abyss of total crisis. The former leader, my man, in leaving, also left his young and newly neo-Nazi fiancée deep in the clutches of the cult. The girl subsequently lost her, became a lunatic, with ravens in the months before she knifed herself to death, constituting my man's little brother's only remaining link to his older brother, the former little my man. His eye further confused, traumatizing, and ultimately radicalizing his brother, current leader of the cult, beyond even the former limits of cultish eschatological attachments. Explained all this to me as he had me drive him into the heart of the muddy slough, the ultimate campsite camp, into which the millions of toothless wolves had fallen, unbeknownst to them. He told me to let him out and speed off, with or without him, when the cult signal sounded, as it was sure to sound, momentarily, momentarily, momentarily. So I let him out and turned the car around on the sunken muddy path. Went down to the marshy cove, throngs of people started doing themselves something, a commotion, ripples of agitation running through the water. I lost precise sight and sound of him. I could only imagine that he was making such a stir by tapping into that aforementioned misty mountain dew, clouded incantation, polar field of suggestion hanging over the place. He counter-governed the social spell in a way only the true regressed former leader of the cult did. But while the cult sucked at the shit, they bleeded, seduced, intrigued, my man instead invoked the principle of repulsion, casting terror and fear, fleeing, scattering, away, away. Having been gradually brought under the dark sky of the cult sky, this pitiful chorus of goat-like men were to be put into a collective trance and executed en masse by the shock troops of the cult, untouchable, undesirables as they were. The cult would cleanse the earth of them, hundreds of thousands of them, millions in inestimable view. Chaos, how like should noise careen round the mountain, Chaos erupted and I was brought back to the current scene. That cultish signal, a sinister horn, sounded from on high, slithering ominously through the hourglass thickness, that uncared dragon. I realized I really was meant to leave without him, my man. My path was covered with wailing, screaming peasants, headless chickens, dumb pigs, howling dogs, ants in human dress, rolling in the mud, in agony and ecstasy. It was not easy to leave without putting some of these creatures beneath the fat treads of the jeep. I saw flashes in my rear and side view mirrors, road heat mirage, burning images, already memories, piercing through the jubilating world. The current leader was possibly appearing from some Abrahamic tent in a raised clearing. Where were they? By what object geometry did these images reach me? I had completely lost track of my man. The former leader. The air itself, vision, everything vibrated impossibly as I alone retraced our path.